everyone and welcome to my channel, Yes You Can Home Educate. I'm Jenny and this video is for those of you who are interested in or already using the good and the beautiful homeschool materials. It's just going to be a short video and a short review of the UK-based family-run print service known as Pingles Publishing. I found out about them on the Good and the Beautiful Home Educators UK Facebook page. I'd heard their name bandied about, that people were getting their materials printed using this company. As many of you might know, many people print materials themselves from home using their own printers. However, because I have 3 children using the curricula, and that involves the readers, the course books, etc., it would work out very time consuming and probably not save me a whole lot of money to do it, print it off myself. So we'd been getting them shipped from the US. But I heard about Pingles and I heard that they were a bit cheaper, and being the mother of a large family, I'm always finding ways to save money. So I had a look into it and it does work out cheaper in terms of buying each package. So if you were to buy the language arts package, including the course books and the readers, for instance, it works out about £10 to £15 cheaper than buying it from the US. But on top of that, you save on the shipping costs because that's quite expensive from the US. So Pingles is UK based and they print and bind the materials themselves over here. The turnaround times are about 14 days at the moment. He puts it on his website. Incidentally, I will put that website in the description below or up here, and I will also put the UK Facebook page that I mentioned in the description below as well if you're interested. I recently received the materials for next year because I am trying to be organised and have everything ready so that I don't have to think about it in the 6-week summer holidays, which I can't wait for. This is the time of year where I'm always thinking about what we're going to be using next year. So these materials arrived the other day and I thought it might be helpful to some to have a look at the quality, because I couldn't find anything online that showed the quality of these materials, and then that way you can make an informed decision yourself as to how you want to get your good and the beautiful materials. Let's take a look at the books I got. Okay, so this will give you an idea of the quality. This is the level K book that I've got for my 5-year-old. So this will be year 1 level for her, starting September 2024. And I'm really happy with the quality. It says book 2 here. So funny thing is, if you were to get these direct from the US, it comes as just 1 book. But I think the paper they use, that Pingles use, is probably thicker. It's quite good quality, and what's really nice is that you get the plastic covering. It's really well bound, as you can see there. Nice rounded edges, and that gives you an idea of the quality of the printing. It's excellent. It feels really nice. Like I say, the paper is a really decent thickness, and I'm really happy with the quality of that. So that's the language arts. It comes in 2 books and he's labelled the second one book 2. So that would be the only difference than getting it from the US. He's got it in 2, but I think these are more robust. Just to give you an idea, here is this year's language arts book that I've been using for my oldest son, and this is the one that comes from the States. And so it doesn't have the plastic, so it's not as strong. And you know, after a year's use, I mean, we're almost to the end of the year, but you can see it's a little bit battered. We've had to sticky tape it here, and yeah, that's kind of, you know, it's lasted the year, so it's fine. But actually, the Pingles printed and bound copies are stronger. They've got this nice plastic in the front, so hopefully that will provide a little bit more protection. So the level K course comes as the course books, and these you would get, as I say, if you were to get it from the US, it comes as 1 book. You would get a bunch of readers, and the readers would be all separate as far as I can tell from the Good and the Beautiful website. But Pingles just do all the books in these 2 bound booklets like this, and these are all the readers all in one. And again, I've got a nice plastic cover, and it's got all the books. So book 1, that's all the CVC, correlates with the reading boosters. Book 2, as you can see, and so all the books for the entire year are just put into these 2 bound booklets, which is great. And again, I mean, the print quality is lovely, as you can see. And then these are the reading booster cards, and again, you can just see the level. Don't have a feeling these are paper, they're not cards. I think if you were to get them from the US, they would probably be on card. So this is from the Pingles one, and just to give you an idea, no, they are card actually. They are a card, so they are definitely thicker than the paper that's used for the books. So he has done an on card. So those are the reading booster cards for your child to learn from. So that's the quality of that. We've got the maths K as well that we are using. And again, if anyone is interested in a cheaper way to get your Good and the Beautiful mathematics, this is the first time we'll be using these, by the way. I've not used the maths before, but I thought it'd be worth a try with my youngest, see how it goes. I've heard good things about it. If you were to buy it from the Good and the Beautiful, you also get some maths manipulatives. So there is a lady who makes, you can make them yourself actually, and if you go on the Good and the Beautiful website, they will tell you how to make it yourself. Or there's a lady again who is on the Facebook page, and if you just go on there and ask, and she makes them and sells them for cost pretty much, just out of the goodness of her heart. And so I got some maths manipulatives from her to go with these ready for next year. So again, really nice quality for the maths. This is the package that I got for my oldest son. Now, I had already bought these course books for my older daughter. So, and they had come with 4 readers. I didn't therefore need to buy the readers again. I only needed to buy the course book again, because obviously she'd written in hers. So, and this is, yeah, so this can be used now by my son. So I only need to buy that. So that worked out cheaper again, just to buy these from Pingles, because I didn't have to buy everything again. And I didn't need to buy the watercolor instruction manual because I already had it, but I was able to buy the template sheets again for him to paint on. So the only difference again with this is if you were to buy it from the Good and the Beautiful, these templates are printed onto watercolor paper. So these are not there, but it's quite a nice thick paper. It's thicker than normal sort of cartridge paper. It's more of a cut between a card and a paper. It's like a thin card, I would say. So he can watercolor on those, that's fine. It's not the same as watercolor paper, but to be honest, I wasn't wholly impressed with the watercolor paper that came from the US anyway. It wasn't like proper watercolor paper. My son would probably be happy using these, but anyway, they're the template sheets. So these were all the sort of consumables that I needed to replace, and I was able to do that and then not have to get the books again. Finally, I got this for my 12-year-old, so she will be using this next year. Level 7 is Year 8 UK. Comes again with a course book, same quality with a companion, but the reader, they also print out the readers, and again, really lovely, really well bound, really good quality. Absolutely no complaints. Absolutely delighted with Pingles Publishing for the quality of their materials. So I hope this helps anyone out there who's looking to maybe save a little bit of money, don't want to print it yourself, but you want to get the materials. These are great value, really good quality. So the only thing I did forget to say is that if you are interested in looking deeper into the actual Good and the Beautiful curriculum themselves, I do have some videos where I cover some of the curriculum that were used in previous years. Year 7 UK, which is the US level 6. I cover Year 5 UK, which is the US level 4, and I cover Year Reception UK, which is the US level pre-K, and I will link those videos in the description below. And I do aim to come out with some videos covering the curricula coming from the Good and the Beautiful that we haven't yet covered. I haven't covered in videos already, and those are the ones that I've just shown you now. So please look out for them, and hopefully they won't be too long and they will be of use to some of you as well. So all that's left to say is thank you so much for joining me on this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, share it with those who you think might benefit, and don't forget, yes, you can home educate.